Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. As you can see, my voice is getting a little bit better, but still straining a little bit. Possibly it'll be taking more than silence because my voice was coming back and everything else. It's gone crazy and everything else. And all right. Anyways. We're going to talk about what happened last night on NXT Halloween Havoc Night 1. As you know, next week will be the Halloween edition of Halloween Havoc, obviously, because it's on Halloween. And the band New Year's Day kicked it off by playing their newest song called Vampire. If you're a fan of them, check them out or something like that. But I'm all about the action. And Shotzi and Scarlett kick off NXT Halloween Havoc. Shotzi was dressed as Pinhead. Scarlett was dressed as Marie Antoinette, with her head cut off and all that. And it kicked it off with a Devil's Playground matchup where anything goes in this matchup, basically. That's what it comes down to. It's like a street fight. Excuse me. Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James, and Roxanne Perez used Kiana's bag against Kiana to win the matchup with the Pop Rocks, and there was a brick that was all broken up inside the bag. Vic Joseph sat down and interviewed with Carmelo Hayes, and he was asking Carmelo Hayes questions about what happened to Trick Williams. Was he the guy? Who knows for sure. Metaphor was visiting Scarlett and Shotzi once again, and they were doing some card readings. Scarlett is an expert at that. And she claims that she says, hey, there's going to be some badness happen to you and all that. And the Metaphor said, nah. And all of a sudden, while they were arguing, Akira Tozawa snuck in without them looking and snatched the Heritage Cup from Noam Dar, which I thought was hilarious. So where's the cup? They're freaking out, flipping out. A debut. The son of the late, great Brian Pillman, who does not want to be known as Brian Pillman's son, Lexis King made his debut and defeated Dante Chen, second match of the night. And then Chase U gets ready for the matchup, and for the tag team title match, the champs greet them. And so we'll see you out there. The NXT Women's Breakout Semifinal 1, Kaylani Jordan versus Ariana Grace. And Kaylani Jordan did win the matchup, and she'll face the winner of Carmen Petrovic and Lola Vice. Mr. Stone was talking to Von Wagner while he's doing his training. He said, hey, I'm your friend. I'm just doing this for you. And Von Wagner asked him, why'd you take it? And then Von Wagner decided to keep on going with his rehab, which is so super cool. Shotzi and Scarlett continue to host Halloween Havoc. Scarlett was dressed as a vampire. Shotzi was dressed as Edward Scissorhands. Dynamite interrupts them and says, hey, Garza and Carrillo cost us the matchup. And so spin the wheel and make the deal. And it landed on the Tables, Ladders, and Scares matchup versus the Garza Dynasty next week. Meanwhile, the family came out for their tag team title defense against Chase U. You know, JC Jane and Thea Hale came in to support them. And ladies and gentlemen, we got new NXT Tag Team Champions. Chase U, Andre Chase, Duke Hudson. They won the belts, man. And it was a great matchup, to say the least. And thank God for the Halls. They'll come to play. Anyways, so Chase U, new tag team champions. So, hard-hitting home truths with Nathan Frazier. He's challenged Dominic Mysterio next week for the North American title. That match is going to happen. Then Mackenzie Mitchell interviews Baron Corbin, and she questions him if he's the one responsible for taking out Trick Williams. We shall see. Lights out match. Gigi Dolan, the lovely Gigi Dolan, against Blair Davenport. Davenport did win. Shotzi and Scarlett did turn out the lights before the matchup, and Blair Davenport ended up winning the matchup. And Vic Joseph sat down for an interview with Ilya Dragunov, and then Ilya Dragunov says he'll beat Carmelo Hayes again next week. Shotzi and Scarlett dressed as the twins to talk to Hayes, accusing him of attacking Trick Williams. Looks like Shawn Michaels and Triple H again. Remember? So, and then Sarah Striver interviewed Tiffany Stratton until, well, I thought it would be a Tiffany Stratton impersonator, but was found out was Fallon Henley was the one dressed as Tiffany Stratton. The two got into a cat fight. And the women's breakout semifinal to Karen Petrovic versus Lola Vice. Lola Vice did win the matchup, and Kayla Jordy came out and saw the contract there. And Lola Vice did a little pose face-off. So this is going to be an interesting matchup for next week's Halloween Havoc. Chase U was celebrating the title victory, and you see in the background Dante Chen feeling upset about the loss, and then Boa came up to him and said, "Hey, come with me." And Dante Chen followed Boa. And then, as they were celebrating the title victory, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, Chelsea Green was Little Red Riding Hood, while Piper Niven was Big Bad Wolf, and they were trash talking. The noise control, and then Via Hale starts making fun of them. They start making fun of Via Hale. Said, "Hey, what's Shawn Michaels' office?" Said, "Hey, listen, we'll take you there, and while we're at it, we'll see if we get a tag team title shot against you guys." And that match will happen. Also, the women's tag team titles are on the line next week, as Chelsea Green and Piper Niven defend against JC Jane and Thea Hale. Metaphor yells at security guard for not watching the Heritage Cup, and then they find out that Tozawa stole the cup, and Tozawa goes, "Hey, you want it back? Come get it. It's gonna be at this haunted house." Kira Tozawa knows how to play some mind games, and then Hayes is confronted by Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker thinks that that Hayes is capable of. I want to see that Hayes again. So that Braun Breaker is convinced that Hayes attacked Trick Williams. Meanwhile, Jade Cargill arrives at NXT sitting on top of the balcony chair with two of the bodyguards there. You know what? I'm thinking Jade Cargill is going to make her in-ring debut in NXT. I think that's going to happen. And it's going to be all eyes on NXT. And then the NXT Women's Championship was the main event. Becky Lynch against Lyra Valkyria. And ladies and gentlemen, I did not expect this, but we have a new NXT Women's Champion. Lyra Valkyria defeated Becky Lynch clean in the middle of the ring. Becky Lynch held on to the title, looked at Jade Cargill, who was smiling. She hands over the title to Lyra Valkyria and hugs her. And then there was a picture of Killer Kelly posing with Lyra Valkyria, congratulating her, and she knows Lyra Valkyria very well during her days in Europe as Aoife Valkyrie. So, two new championship changes. Will we see two more next week? Who knows for sure? I'm hoping on the side of Nathan Frazier. I love Ilya Dragunov as the champion. We'll see what happens. So, that's all the time we have on the show. Episode 956 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And on the next episode, a little bit of Joker's Wild. I'm going to do my best. And I hope you guys, I'll see you guys later. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.